Hi everyone, this is Bear Grylls, coming back for another Adventure Time with Bear Grylls. In this installment, we will be looking at how to survive when things are presented, such as shortage of food, which we all need, and also how to survive bitter cold, and other things along the way. Follow me! Okay, now this is a common problem that we face in the wilderness as young adventurers seeking intense situations of adventure. I like to call this problem the obstacle. Now, the obstacle is something that we face when we're walking usually. Most likely walking, sometimes crawling, and other times I don't know of. Now, this is something that trips a lot of people up is something such as metal, which we got here, or maybe, let me show you another example, wrapped up barbed wire, something we all face once a day, and twigs. Now, right here's a good example of a twig. Now, usually they're a little bit bigger than that. That's a small one, but we'll go back to the metal. Now, the trick when facing this is to lift your foot up. Now, you got to be fancy. You have to lift your foot up high enough to go over. Now, this is hard to wrap your mind around because we as Americans are so used to walking straight without having to lift our feet up higher than other things. Now, right here, as I was saying before, this is the obstacle. Now, the trick with this baby is to lift your foot up above the obstacle. You gotta lift and now push. You lift and push. See, look at this. I'll show you again in reverse to give you a better demonstration. You can lift and push. Ow! Okay. Owie! You lift and push. We will also be learning how to take our environment and make a shelter out of it. Now this blows people's mind because you're growing up in your posh, fancy pants houses with your multi-million-dollar pets and your fancy treats, and we're not used to having to survive for ourselves. So don't get overexcited when I tell you this little trick. I'm looking for areas that are probably not covered with barbed wire nor thorn bushes. Those are a no-no for sleeping areas. I've had one too many accidents with those. Okay, now looky here. We got here some ripe paper, or I think it is insulation cardboard that we can use as a bed. Now we take this bedding here, and look at this. Looks like somebody's already been here once before. You can see their pillow rock. I'll toss that aside and find a better one. You lay this down as bedding, and kind of sweep the area for critters and such. You want to clear some a little area. Now, once you've got your bedding laid out, you find a pillow rock like the one I tossed aside. I'm deciding to use that one instead because it actually is a good pillow rock. Use that to rest your head on. Now, you cover the area with barbed wire, not the bedding area. That'd be dumb. You cover the area around it with barbed wire. As you can see, I got my barbed wire wrapped around to try to keep the animals away. You don't want to be awoken by a nasty house cat that got lost. That would just be dumb. Now, I'm getting situated for bedtime. It's important to get a lot of sleep when you're in the wilderness to conserve your body's energy. Otherwise, if you spend too much energy, you will be tired and you will die. Now that I'm comfortable, we shut our eyes and attempt to go to sleep. It's gonna be tough for me to go to sleep right now because I'm holding a camera in my left hand. But otherwise, I would be out in 5 minutes flat. I'm a record sleeper. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Look it up. So far, I've showed you how to fall asleep in the wilderness, how to survive on feces, and also how to overcome the obstacle, such as the stick or the branch or the metal thing sticking out of the ground. Now, coming up, this is one of the most dangerous obstacles of all, of all, and this is what I like to call the stream. Now, don't let its size fool you, but this stream packs a nasty punch. If you so much as step into it, it has been known to freeze off fingers and toes because of its low temperature. These streams often, especially in Wisconsin, often reach up to negative 2,000 degrees below zero. Now, that might seem crazy to you, but because of the temperature, okay, so the trick with these guys is to make a fancy pants bridge. Now, fortunately enough for me, a bridge was already made by Mother Nature. My old friend Mother Nature. We work together sometimes. Most of the time, though, we're enemies. Now, as you can see, there's a bridge that was already laid out by a giant electricity bolt that hit it. Now, this is the scary part, trying to walk on these, trying to cross the deadly river of death. Oh gosh. Now, a lot of you may think, Bear, you're no trapeze artist, but I beg to differ. I took a lot of years at clown college to know that I can be a trapeze artist. Oh. You didn't see there, but I fell from that high branch and landed on my nutsack. Now I managed to cross one of the rivers, but the other one I fell before I was able to reach it. So this one I have to take a leap of faith. Now most of you know the leap of faith from hit games such as Assassin's Creed. Now the leap of faith in Assassin's Creed is not very far from the truth. You have to take a running start, most likely jump before you hit the sogginess of the river. And you know what? Oh gosh, there's mud here. Oh, my mom just bought me these. I can't explain. I'm just gonna go. See that? Now I don't even have to worry about falling into it anymore because I'm past it. That's what happens when you do what I say. You survive. That's what happens. Now, it's often a good idea in these dangerous badlands to collect weaponry of all kinds. I prefer throw weaponry. Now, things such as you can use a lot of different things for throwing. Now, one of my favorites to use is the spear stick. You can make these guys like out of a stick, and unfortunately I don't have my pocket knife, otherwise I would carve a badass pointy and completely dominate all my competition. But I can't do that right now. If I had buck teeth, I would be able to chew it off like a badger or a beaver. That's what I was going for, beaver. But the pointy end's already made. So now watch here. This is what you do with the spear. You chuck it. It's important to keep a fist when you chuck and just chuck. Look at that. That tree took some damage. You can see, I'll get close. You can see right there where it hit. There's a little mark in the bark. Destroyed. Take that, tree. Now, if you can listen very closely, you can hear the this deadly woodpecker chirping. Now these guys, though they may seem easy to kill, they are not easy to kill. They tend to chirp and bite out your eyes. Now I was facing off a pack of these babies like 4 months ago when I was in Algeria. Now Algeria is known for their deadly woodpeckers. They have woodpecker beaks the size of this long. I can't even make my hand the size of the length of their pecker.